Welcome back. Understaffed sorting. Understaffed sorting. I remember this one. I read it last time. Basically, we need to sort this whole line using only 3 pairs of people as opposed to, you know, all of the people. So one thing I can do that would be really funny is I can do selection sort, where I take one person, I have them walk to this end, and then they walk through the whole line, find the minimum, put it back there, and just they keep doing that. The previous time I did this, I did bubble sort, which is a even worse algorithm. But I think that if I do that, I'm only using one person. So there has to be a way to like, there has to be a sorting algorithm that does this. So what I need to do is I need to like find the minimum in between like each little subsection or something like that. So like, if you look at it, everyone basically is the domain of 3 tiles, except over here where this guy's got 5 to deal with. But what I'm thinking I could do is basically I can just partition the data. So I could have everyone walk down, sort until they run into somebody or a wall, and then what I'll have them do is I'll do something very interesting, but basically the way it's gonna work is that I'm gonna do merge sort. I think there's a way to do this, right? Like, what I need to do is have this person sort this section, and this person sorts these sections, and then what they do is if they started to the left of somebody, they drop out. This person goes back and sorts the entire section, and then they once we're down to like this section will be sorted, this section will be sorted, this section will be sorted, then one person needs to walk through the whole thing and sort it. So that is going to be interesting. It's going to be really hard. It's going to be unbelievably hard. And if it doesn't work, then my fallback is just default to one person whose selection sorts the entire thing. Let's see what I end up doing. I'm excited-ish. Huh? Okay, step down. And if to your right is a worker, then you are a left boy. So we will set mem1 to 1. Okay, so if you're set to 1, then you walk to the left at the very beginning. Seems reasonable enough. So what you do is you step, and well, I guess we need to do an if here. So if to my left, well, rather, it needs to be that, like, what I can do that's really lazy is if my mem1 is equal to 1, then we just step to the left twice. I'm intentionally ignoring these two right now. I'll deal with that later. So I step to the left twice. And I'm doing this to set something up so that the game is a little bit easier for me. Otherwise, I listen for hi. So I step to the left twice and I tell everyone hi. So this will get everyone basically spaced out evenly. Yep. So everyone is currently spaced out evenly except for these two. The reason I'm doing that is because this will make it a lot easier for me to reason about this program. So, we're now at start. So, what you do is everyone sorts 3. So, they're going to set mem1 to what they're standing on. They're going to assume that that's the minimum. If, okay, so mem1 is the they're gonna assume mem1 is the minimum. So mem1 is the minimum, and then they need to step to the right, and if what they're standing on is less than mem1, then they set mem1 to be what they're standing on. So we're just trying to find the minimum. And then we're going to do that a second time. If I'm standing on something that is less than 1. And I could also, I'll just do this in a loop, screw it. So, because this will actually be really useful to do it in a loop. I can see how I'm going to reuse this. So, we will set another counter here is equal to 1. And what this is going to be is it's going to be a steps mult. So what we're going to do is the first time we're going to step twice, and then like basically just keep sorting things. Then we're going to increase mult the next time to sort 6 things, and then 12 things, and such and so on and so forth. So now, okay, cool. This makes a lot of sense to me. So we then basically do a loop here of if we're going to have another counter. So we're going to say, oh, we don't have calc. Shit. Okay, I can't do it this way then. Ah, craps. Okay, that's fine. Brute force it is. Okay, if damn it, I wish I had a calc. I also have give to and take from, so I guess I should be using these employees a little bit differently than what I'm doing. God, I am taking a very complicated approach. If what I'm standing on is less than mem1, then what we'll do is set mem1 to be what we're standing on. Then we need to do a swap where we will step back or step to the left. Basically, so here's what we need to do. We need to set mem. We need to set it to both the position and the oh, okay, I got it. So we will set mem2 to be the tile and mem1 to be the minimum. So this will tell us what to swap. So we will then tell if mem1 is not equal to mem2, then we pick up mem2 and we need to swap it. So we'll step up, we'll drop it, we'll pick up mem1, we will step to mem2. I guess I can do another thing here. So let's just make this a little bit easier. So set mem3 to oh, that won't be the position, that'll be the tile. Okay. So we then step to mem2, which is above, so then we step down. And we will then... Oh, I should also probably be using for each tier, huh? Like, have everyone step to their... is there a way to do this? Hang on. Oh, hold on, hold on. There's a much easier way to do this. So this person steps here, this person steps here, this person steps here. Aha! Aha ha 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 ha. Reset the whole puzzle. Okay. So if to my right is a worker, I will step to the left. Else I will stay in position. This will space out everyone equally. So, nope. I need to step to the right. Okay, this should place everybody equally, so I can use for each deer. And then all I need to do is find the minimum of the 3 at any given time. Ha 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 ha. So, if we're gonna set mem1 to be what's down left of me, we'll just assume that's the minimum. And what we're gonna do is, well, actually, here's what we can set it to a null, but no, let's do it right. So, for each deer, we're gonna just check the bottom 3 as mem2. If mem2 is less than mem1, and we also need to check mem1 against itself, we will set, okay, I know how to do this. We will set mem. I'm just thinking ahead all of a sudden, and that's throwing me off. Okay, so we do for each deer down and to the right. If mem2 is less than mem1, then we set mem1 to be mem2. So we need to. This will set us to find the minimum of our 3. So this person says the minimum is 58, which is correct. All right. So they found 58 as the minimum, and what they need to do is check if down left is equal to mem1, then we do nothing. Or rather, if it's not equal to mem1, then we do nothing. Otherwise, we will pick up mem2. We will step up left. We will drop it. We will pick up. Oh, I'm sorry. We will pick up the minimum. If down left is not equal to mem1, we pick up the minimum. We will step up. We'll drop it. We'll pick up. Oh, crap. Okay. We do need to figure out how to do the swapping here. So, basically, I need to. Okay, I need to set mem1. So mem1 needs to be the position, and mem2 needs to be the minimum. That's all. This needs to be mem3. If mem2 is less than mem3, then we set mem2 to be equal to mem3. So now mem2 is going to be our minimum, and mem1 is the position that we're trying to set to. So we will then pick up mem1. We will step up, and we'll drop it. We will pick up mem2, which is the item. We will step to mem1. We will step down. We will drop it. Oh, God. Pointers. Pointers, pointers, pointers. Okay. We need to then, well, we always know that there's going to be a gap to our right, but what we're going to do is we're going to use mem3 now. So we pick up mem1. We go to pick up, we We set... But it won't be a position, because it'll be the item on it. It won't be the tile. Okay. So then, once we have basically put, okay, so everybody had the minimum, except for this guy. He should have picked up 41. I don't know why he didn't do that. Okay, so if down left is not equal to mem2, how about if mem1 is not equal to mem2? So they picked those up, they dropped them, and they picked up 74, and they put them in their place, which is wrong. That was interesting. So mem2 is equal to the bottom left. If mem3 is less than mem2, because that's the temporary variable. So I fixed that. Anybody need to pick something up? They put 23 in the place of that. And then what they need to do is they need to go ahead and pick up mem1. So they pick up the tile they just had, and then they're going to step until they have a empty space. So they do a step to the right. If what I'm standing on is nothing, then we drop. Else we step again and we drop. So this is all to say that we will now have swapped two numbers. But we'll have put the minimum where it needs to go. Oh. Step down right. There we are. Okay, this is actually kind of cool. This is actually really cool. So what I'm thinking that could actually be really interesting is I do actually overlap, which is if I do have everyone overlap with what they're sorting, then eventually we'll like try to the higher values will like propagate to the right, but that might not work out all that well. So anyway, they do that. Okay, that's actually kind of cool that works as well as it does. But I don't know how well this code works. It's gonna be hard to figure out how to actually like turn this into working out the entire program. It's gonna be really hard to figure out how to work out the entire program, actually. I do have give to and take from, so maybe I need to think about those and be a little bit less super duper complicated about it. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. So anyway, I wish I had calc. This is going to be hard without calc. I could also shell sort it. That'd be kind of funny. Basically, we find... How would that work? So everyone's kind of got their little partition. They do a swap as necessary to put things down. And then, once everybody's down, they basically need to step back to where they started. But... okay. So step up and drop and step back up left. So this gets everyone back to where they began. It's really cool to watch them work, but it's also it's actually really hypnotizing to watch them work, honestly, because they're all like organizing everything like this. I don't know. I think it's pretty badass. So we've partially ordered all of these partitions. So then, we just need to do it again. And then, once we've done that, then we need to, like, merge it. Which will be fascinating. So, what can I do? Actually, can I just do merge sort instead? So merge sort is I would have everyone be in charge of these three, and they then would need to take their minimum to the person one tile next to them, and then they would check which one is smaller between them, and then they would put it, they would take their minimum. We keep taking the minimum. Okay. Let's see about doing that. That would be extremely complicated, but that would be extremely cool. And that way we're not so stuck to like what our partitions are as a worker. So basically what we'll do is okay. So we need to step. Be able to keep track of our smallest thing. We need to determine our partition size, which is very interesting. But basically, what I can do. Okay, we're gonna reset everything again. I have a new idea that's really, really cool. We're gonna have everyone step down, and basically, if there is somebody to your right, then you need to walk. Okay, so everyone steps down. They set mem 1 to be the tile that they're on, so that they can walk back to this tile. Then, if to your right is a worker, you walk to the left repeatedly until to your left is not a data cube, meaning that there's somebody in the way. Once you're there, you will then know the upper bound in your partition, or you'll know the lower bound on it. So then you'll want to step down. Oh no, you won't want to step down. Everyone's standing on their cubes. So then you will set mem 1 to be that tile. Otherwise, if you're... So that'll put everyone basically as far... Okay, so then this person needs to... if you're on the right, you need to step to the right a bunch in a loop until to your right is not a data cube. And you're doing that purely to tell this person who's stepping to the left where to go. So, if to your left is not a data cube, you just step to the right again. If to your left is not a data cube, then you step to your left. Otherwise, you set mem 1 to be where you need to go. So now everyone will be to the end of their partition, except for the fact that I screwed this up somehow. Okay, how did I screw this up? So everyone took one step. If to your left is a data... Okay, if to your left is a data cube, then you do this. If to your left... Oh. I guess also if it's a wall or a person, then we shouldn't do it. Well, because everyone's stepping on data cubes. Yeah. So we need to fix this up just a little bit. So if to your left is not a worker, or if to your left is a wall. Okay, if to your right there's not a worker, or if to your right there is not a wall. Okay, so that tells everyone where their minimum bounds are, except for the fact they're still not obeying it. God damn it. Alright. If to your left is not a worker, if to your right is not a worker, or to your... Oh. And to your right is not a wall. Damn you, De Morgan's Law. You got me again. Okay, so that got everyone to, where they needed to go. Now, what we need to do is... Everyone needs to find the minimum of their partition. So, what you need to do... Everyone needs to know the maximum and the minimum of their partition. Then they need to find the minimum in it. And then compare it against their neighbor. And, once they do that, they need... Once they get the minimum of both partitions, they will then, put it on the left side. On the far left side. Actually, here's the thing. We're gonna, instead of swapping in place... Oh, this is smart. Instead of swapping in place, we're gonna swap to the tiles above us. That'll make life so much better. Okay, so what everyone will do is they will... We also need to remember our partner to the right. So... Mem1 is our return tile. So, we will... If to your right is a worker, then you know that's the top of your partition. So we will set Mem4 to be where I am standing, if to my right is a coworker. Once we get here, we set Mem4 to be where I'm standing. So now Mem1 is the tile that is the lower bound of our partition, and Mem4 is the upper bound of it. So everyone's where they need to go. They have gone back to the end of their partitions. Now, what we will then do is everyone will find the minimum of their partition. They will go to their neighbor, who we have set to be the let me check something really quick too, actually. So for some reason some people are able to move a little bit faster than others. So we need to waste a cycle if to not do this mem thing. Actually, hang on. We'll just set Mem4 to be where I'm standing. There's no reason to do that. That memory will get overwritten later. But this keeps everyone synchronized, which will make things a little bit easier to reason about. Okay, cool. So, what we'll do is we will then find our minimum between our partitions. Awesome. This is going to work. So, what we will do is we're now at P start. Everyone is at the beginning of their partition. They will set mem2 to be their item, and then they will step to the right, and if what they're standing on is equal to mem4, which is their partition, then they need to stop. But otherwise, we also need to do another check. So if what I am standing on is equal to mem2, then, or is less than mem2, then we set mem2 to be what I am standing on. If what I am standing on is equal to mem4, then we need to, everyone will be, that means that everyone is at the end of their partition. So then what they need to do is step to, basically, if they're at the end of their partition, then we need to have, we need to pick up the minimum that we found. We need to enter the loop of we're merging. So, everyone's at the end of their partitions. Now we need everyone to go grab the minimum between their partitions. In their partition. So, we will, if what we're standing on is not equal to mem4, then we jump back and we do this a bunch. We will then step to our minimum. We will pick it up. And then we need to step to the we need to basically find the worker to our right. We need to alternate finding the worker to our right and to our left, which is going to be hard. So, what I can do is have everyone walk to the left? No. How do I do this? It's sort of like we also have these assigned neighbors. So I can try doing something where I set mem1 to be basically the person on my left, or to be my neighbor. So mem3 is equal to the worker on my right, and mem3 is equal to my worker on my left. So now everyone knows who their neighbors are. Okay, everyone's picked up their minimum. And then once they've done that, how is everyone still synchronized? That's an interesting question. This guy we're just gonna ignore for now. So everyone's picked up their minimum, and then they need to confer between the two of them which one to take, basically. So we will then Well, okay, so everyone has their minimum thing. We then need to step to our mem3. So everyone's just gonna walk to their friend, effectively. Everyone walked to the tile past their friend. Damn it. That's weird. Oh, it's because everyone remembered the tile and the cube and not the person. How very dehumanizing. So, what we need to do is put this step down later. And then we need to do the set mem1 here. That's what they're standing on. Alright, so everyone's picked up what they need. Okay, and then, basically, if, everyone steps to their mem3. If your mem3 is on the right, then, what you need to do... So if your bro is on the right, then if to your right is less than my item, you will then drop. What is it? You need to step up and drop it, and then you need to take from the you need to take from mem3. Then you will so you stepped up, you drop it, you take from mem3. You will then step to the beginning of your partition, and which is mem1. You will then step up, and then you will drop it. So this means that everyone will take the minimum of their partition and the person to their right, and they'll put it in the furthest left part of both partitions combined. They can't step to nothing? What the hell does that mean? I set mem1 to be their position, right? Oh, hold on. Mem1 is supposed to probably be the their tile, not their yeah, okay. I set it to the wrong thing. They take 12. Alright. So nobody took anything from their partners on the right, which is gonna be interesting to check that logic. So anyway, I have stepped up, I have dropped it, and nobody stepped to the start of their partition. They need to step to mem2. Aha! They need to step to mem2, and then, pick, or... No, they need to step to the start of their partition, which is mem1. And... they need to... Yeah, why does that not work? They step to mem1, which is the start of their partition. And they step up and then they drop it. Why don't they do that? I must be reusing the variables incorrectly. So this person should be... Okay, so 90 is the start of their partition, 6 is the end of their partition. They don't do anything. If to my left is mem3, and If to my left is less than my item, I step up, drop. I take from mem3. I take from my bro, and then step to the end of my partition. I step up and then I drop it. Why doesn't that seem to work? Okay, I need to go down, see the end of my program, basically. Okay, they've taken 0. They pick it up. They step to mem3, who's this guy. They didn't do this check. They drop their item. Excuse me. And then they need to... they need to step down. Oh, jeez. Okay, then they need to step to the start of their partition. They need to... But, okay, which is down. They need to step down. They need to set their potential minimum to be... God. I know too much about programming because I'm trying to implement the most complicated fucking solution I can think of to do this. Alright. I know it'd be so much easier with programming, or like with an actual programming language than to do this. You can do merge sort in less code than I've written to do this so far. So anyway, we step down, we set mem1, we set mem2 because it might be the smallest, but then it's not, our partitioning scheme doesn't work. So, God, you just need to move 2 pointers along. But the problem is, in this game, a pointer doesn't point to a space alone, it also points to an item. And that makes it really, really, really hard to use that sort of thing. So, I have an idea. Which is... I step to the left twice. Or I step to the left until to my left is a wall. And then I step down. And what we do is okay. I got it. I know how to do this. Okay. I know how to do this. Everyone steps to the left twice. If to my left is a wall, then I'm the designated worker. Else, I end. Alright. I will then set mem1 to be the object I'm standing on. I will then... walk through everything. I will step to the right. And I'll check if to my right is a wall, then I need to end. Otherwise, I will check if what I'm standing on is less than mem1. If it is, then we set that to be mem1. We also need to set the item, we need to set mem2 to be the same spot. So we have the position. Once we're at a wall, can I put this in there? Okay. I then jump back into here. Once we're at the wall, we will then step to mem2. We will, well, first off, we're gonna pick up mem1. We're gonna step to mem2. We're gonna step down. We're going to drop the item. We're going to step up. We are going to pick up this item. No, hang on. What are we gonna do? We're gonna pick up the item of... Oh, that'll... Wait, can we... Okay, yeah, that does work. So we step to the position of the minimum. We step down. We drop it. We pick up what's above us. Actually, we don't need to do a step down. Oh, wait, yeah, we do. We pick up what's above us. We drop it below us. We then pick up... I know what to do. That's a little bit simpler than this. We will... we go and we pick up mem1, which is our minimum. We step to mem2. We then... oh, wait, this doesn't work after all. God damn it. Okay, again, it's the thing that really bothers me and makes this way harder than it really needs to be is the fact that I can't set something to be a pointer in the same way that I think about them. Because the way that I think about pointers is not that they point to values, but that they point to spaces. And I cannot, like, change the way I think about that it keeps tripping me up. Anyway, so we pick up mem1, we step to mem2, we then step down, we drop the item that we're holding, we pick up above us, we step down again, we drop it, we pick up mem2, we then step up. I mean, it's easier to think about it this way. I step up. I pick up that item. Oh, shit. Ah, come on. I just realized that once again, I'm screwing myself over because I'm thinking of... Like, I'm thinking of it in terms of spaces, not in terms of values, which is what they are. And it's getting really frustrating. Okay, so we step to the right until we find our minimum. What we are going to do then is we will then pick up our minimum, which is mem1. We will then step down. We will then walk to the left in a loop until to our left is equal to a wall, or to our left is equal to a data cube. We will then drop what we're holding. We will then okay. We will then... So that will pull that item in. We then need to walk all the way back to this thing again. So we will then step to the left until to our left is a wall. Then we're going to jump back to here. But that doesn't work because it might be a nothing. So we need to step, because it doesn't let me use these as pointers. It doesn't work like normal pointers. It doesn't work like normal pointers, and I overcomplicate every solution because it doesn't work the way I think it does. It works like this weird game mechanic, and not like the way that it actually works in computers. Okay, so if to my left, because basically what's happening is I'm trying to use the set to point to tiles on the ground, and that doesn't work. It does not work the way that I think it does, because when you think of pointers, pointers will point to locations. So they point to tiles on the ground would be the analogy in this game, but that's not how they work. Okay, so if to my left is a wall, then I'm done. Else, if my current position is equal to a data cube, then I set mem1 to be that. So, this will allow me to basically find the leftmost cube in this entire row. To my left is not equal to a wall. Then I do that. Okay, here's another thing. If I need to do this loop in this sort of order. So if I'm standing on a data cube, then we set mem1 to be the data cube. We also need to do it this way. Okay. Let's see this in action. So, Grandma's going to go through the entire row. She's going to pick out a 4. She's then going to walk all the way to the left. Oh. I forgot. Okay, so if to our left is equal to a wall, or to our left is equal to a data cube, then we drop it. For whatever reason, she did not drop it because I forgot to put a jump here. So we drop it, else we jump back to here. So this means that she's gonna pick up this 1. She's gonna drop it in this far left tile. After that, she needs to step up to get back into the row of tiles. So we step up, and we will then, if we're standing in a data cube, we set mem1. We will then do our check of to my left is not equal to a wall. Then I do this, then I step to the left and I jump. Once it's equal to a wall, I will then do the exact same thing I was doing. How far have I got insanity gotten today with this game? I have tried 3 sorting algorithms. That's how far into insanity I've gotten. So, we've set mem1 to be the leftmost tile. Once we're there, we will step to mem1, and then we have our loop. I think this will actually work. So put the 1 there. We go through. We should grab the 5 next. We should grab the 6 next. Alrighty. Who needs multiple threat? What the fuck? Damn it. Damn it, what the hell was that? Okay. Oh, I know what's gonna happen. They're gonna... Oh, wait, no, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know where that bug came from. Ah, okay. Yeah, that is what's gonna happen. So, once they pick up the tile... Here's what they need to do. Instead of stepping down eagerly, because that would be simple, they need to step to the left while to the left is not equal to a wall. Once it is equal to a wall, we stop stepping to the left. We will step down. We step down, and then we check if what I'm standing on is equal to a nothing, then I drop. Else, I step to the left. Or I step to the right. And then we just jump back here. So that should have fixed that bug, where in a, we have, cool. If what I'm standing on is equal to a nothing, then I drop it. I was doing comparisons against nothing, which is different from a comparison against nothing, which is weird. I don't quite know what that means. So anyway, eventually this 25 is going to be less than some numbers here. So we're gonna, oh, maybe not. Huh. The way this is sorted, we're never gonna see the bug I just attempted to fix. Yeah. Because, wait, hold on. Maybe? Oh, okay. Yeah, eventually we'll see the bug that I attempted to fix with this 83 here. Wait, no we won't. Yeah, this was sorted perfectly so that the bug that I just fixed cannot actually appear. Funny. Oh wait, there it was. There it was. The 66 was the bug. So yeah, this program runs flawlessly. It's slow. It's this game's version of selection sort. And it's not just like in real life, it's a pretty shitty sorting algorithm. So it's boy, it sure is a something, ain't it? If it works, then it works. Exactly. I spent a long time on this puzzle trying to do a sophisticated solution, and now I'm just doing a solution. Fuck! No! Damn it, I was dreading that. Oh, no, I knew that was gonna happen. I knew that was gonna happen. Fuck. Damn it. Alright. So, I have a bug where I didn't set mem1 correctly. So, the logic is here. I step to the right. If to my right is not equal to a wall, then we never pick up the last item. If to the right is not equal to a wall, then I do one more okay, I know what to do. If my I know. If, to my right is a wall, and, or then we do another check. If down left is equal to a data cube, then we set the tile that we're standing on to be mem1. We will then pick it up, we step to the left a bunch, we step down. Alright. This case can only be true if to our left, or if, this case can only be true if the biggest item in the list is also at the end, and there's a item to the down left, meaning it's the last item to have been sorted. So, now I've caught that final bug. Yeah, as I said, I really wish this game let you set memory to be specific tiles, because a lot of solutions that I've thought of actually do require that functionality instead of setting it to both the tile and the value on the tile. I just, it's sort of, I would almost consider that to be akin to, like, a guitarist being really bad at Guitar Hero, where it's like, it's like, I know how to play the instrument, but I'm, like, looking terrible at it because this is like a plastic toy version of it. So, like, for me, I mean, I would consider myself probably a pretty decent engineer, but I sometimes look like a total dumbass, like where they just grabbed 82 or 88 instead of 82. So that's really cool. Basically, we're never setting mem1 if to my right is a wall. So that's the problem. If yeah, okay. So I don't need this stupid check. If to my right is not equal to a wall, then damn it. So step to right to the bunch. If it's equal to if what I'm standing on is less than mem1, then then I'll set it. Got it. There's still a bug if the item on the far right is the biggest item, though. So I need to do another check of if so now we're at a wall. If to my down left is equal to a data cube, then I set mem1 to be the item that I'm standing on. So there's still, like, really weird bugs that happen with this check on the far right. But I think now, finally, I've caught them all. But yeah, I mean, I had a lot of friends in high school who were extremely talented guitarists. I mean, they still are too. But they were extremely talented guitarists in high school. And at the same time, Guitar Hero had come out. And basically everyone I knew who actually played the guitar found playing Guitar Hero to be a humiliating experience. Because everyone would be like, oh, you know, if you're good at guitar, you should be good at Guitar Hero. And they were like, no, it's not how it works at all. So a lot of them absolutely hated the game. And they just would not, they would just not play it ever. And I mean, I can't really even fault them for it. If, like, everyone's gonna give you shit for it and, like, kind of ruin the fun of the game, then yeah, totally understand why you would, not actually, like, want to give it much of a shot. That being said, it was high school, and the point of high school is to make fun of everyone 100% of the time. Otherwise, you know, what's the point? So, the last thing they needed to do, because this doesn't quite work, is I need to then loop through everything one last time and move every single item up a tile. Cool! What the fuck is this now? Okay. So her mem1 is a nothing. What? Oh no, there's a time limit too? Okay, well I'm still under it. Alright, there's still a bug with the final item. I don't know what it is. And it takes forever to get to the point where I could actually see it, because I have to wait for the whole slow-ass sorting algorithm to get to that point. So, let's just think through this. If I step to the right, I get that thing. Oh, no! Undo. Thank God they gave me that feature. I guess use two people. Yeah, that would be kind of funny. It's just how... get to the end, have one person come along and, like... just pick up the last item because this person's too stupid to get it. Okay, so if, oh, here we are. I basically stepping to the right. What am I doing here? Step up. So I'm stepping on this data cube, and then set it to mem1. Otherwise, if to my left is not a wall, I step to the left. I set to data cube until I find the smallest data cube, and then step to mem1. If the tile's on the far right, then this logic doesn't work. Right? So, whatever. So I step up. If I'm standing on a data cube, then I set to mem1. Otherwise, I walk to the left a bunch. I step to mem1, which is the smallest item in the list. Which is sometimes apparently a nothing. So if it's a nothing, then that sucks. So... if I'm stepping all the way to the left anyway, then I don't actually need to do this mem1 check. I could set mem1. There's something really fucking dumb I can do here. So what I'll do is I will just go to the left a bunch until I'm at a wall. I will then set mem1 to be 99. If I am less than or equal to mem1, then I grab it. Okay. That'll probably fix it. This has been a fun puzzle. This game gets hard. This game gets real hard. Boy. This game is hard as shit. I knew it would be hard because the first game I remember being extremely challenging. I also like how 27 is not in place anymore. So I still have a fucking bug. Alright. Let me just put this in slow-mo. But I can't put it into slow motion because I don't want to spend a million years watching this puzzle happen. So they pick up 1. Alright. They have set mem1 to be 99. They walk all the way to mem2. They put that down. Okay, this doesn't look too bad. I should be able to figure this out. They take 8. Imagine trying to do this puzzle without the speed up slider. Oh, I don't like to imagine that at all. So this person, so they stepped up and then they didn't actually do this check of mem1 here. They set it to 99. So if I'm standing on the data cube, then we set mem1 to be what I'm standing on, else we set it to 99. This will work now. I know I've said that a billion times. This will work now. I did this stupid thing where I set it to 99 instead of the first item in the list, and I hate that I did that. But at least I can acknowledge that that was, like, the wrong thing to do. And that's gotta be worth something, right? Right? No one would ever judge me. You're not trying to offer me jobs, so it's fine, yeah? We're cool? We're all friends here? Cool. Okay, so the glory will come from when we pick up 35. Right about... This cycle should be 35. We've picked it up. Alright. That's good news. That's really good news. So now the fun time begins when we try to pick up 92, or 97. Let's find out what the hell happens when we get to my favorite version of Windows. Wait, there was no Windows 97. One off for my favorite version of Windows. Okay, this is looking good so far, though. We fixed the bug where if the minimum value was on the leftmost tile, then it wouldn't get sorted right. So, they picked up 90. They now do 91. And then 92. And 97. Come on. God damn it! What in the hell is this? What the hell? What are they doing? I think that it's my old logic came back to screw me over. So... Oh, yeah, okay, so this is actually screwing me over. So I need to just get rid of that that logic there. Because I changed it so now I compare against 99, as opposed to, trying to do things, like, with a different kind of, end case there. Well, how's everyone's night going? I've been doing this for an hour and 15 minutes, which, as far as programming puzzles are concerned, or, like, actual programming, ain't so bad, I guess. I mean, I'm used to being at work for 8 hours and doing programming for 8 hours straight, so, you know, 1/8 of that is tolerable by comparison. But I'm doing fine. This isn't that frustrating. Because I know what I'm trying to do. It's just getting it to do the thing. It's a lot more frustrating and I guess intimidating when you actually don't know what to do or you don't have a solution at all. That's scary. But I have a plan. I have a strategy. I just need to see it in action. That's all. God, this game would be so much easier for me if I had pointers. Oh well. So we should be picking up 81 now. Or not 81. We should be able to pick up 81 successfully. And this will be good. Come on. We're going to drop 79. We're going to drop 81. Pick up 81. Picked up 81. Yeah! Alright. Now, we're at this logic. If I am... what am I doing? If I'm at a nothing, then we drop. If to my right is equal to a wall, then we need to do one more thing, which is we enter a loop where we pick up what we're on, we step up, we drop it, we step down, or we step down left, and then we just keep doing this in a loop until the end of time. So, we get to watch all this again. Woo, I did it. I did it. I know. But now I just need to do the final thing where I put every cube back into its position, because having it down here is wrong. I have to do this with in-place swapping, but I tried to do in-place swapping, and whew, ho 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 ho, that was a bad time had by all. Although Praxic, again, I'd like to give Apraxic a special mention on account of the fact that they did some fantastic bird fan art that I'm very happy to have. I'm glad that the new art inspired your creative juices, and I'm very honored that you used your talents to make something that you were able to share with me. So thanks once again for doing that. Trying to comprehend what is happening here. Basically, this person is walking in this line trying to find the smallest thing. They find it, and then they put it at the end of this line down here. Then we need to pick up everything in this line and put it one tile above. I didn't really articulate that super well whilst I was working on it, but effectively that's what I was doing. Anyway, I call this ghetto selection sort. Because what it's doing is it goes through everything and then selects the smallest item, and that's what it's named after. It's the idea of selecting things. Okay, now we need to check if my logic of pick everything up and put it a one tile above is correct. Yay, yay, yay! I don't think this assignment was possible. I did not do the size challenge. I did not do the speed challenge. But I did the I win challenge.